Hey everyone, Eric here. Just wanted to make a quick video to gush about a plugin. It's the Plugin Alliance / Brainworks Saturate 2, based on the Looptrotter solid state hardware saturation unit. Let's have a quick look at it. All right, I'm gonna show you this, which is on my Mixbus right here. I'm just gonna walk you through some settings that I really like to use it on. So first of all, I've got it in mid-side mode here, and I've got the channel link off. And I've also got TMT engaged. TMT is, I think, Plugin Alliance's sort of software thing that makes sure every single channel, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, is all different. And I think that practically the only difference that I can notice from using other Brainworks plugins is that the input level of each of these channels is slightly different. That's all I've noticed. I don't know if there's anything else going on, but that's personally all that I've noticed. So I've got the TMT engaged, which is like analog mode here, which means channel 1 and 2 have these kind of slight differences. And channel 1 is the mid channel. Channel 2 is the side channel. So up here, we've got the mid channel controls, and here we've got the side channel controls. So starting with the mid, I've just got the drive at 10%. It's a very modest drive, and gain staging is really important. So I think I'm coming into this plugin at either -3 peaking or -6. I don't know, but I've done my gain staging right. I've got the SSL bus comp 2 just before this in the chain. And then so my mix bus, I've got my mix down running into the SSL bus comp 2, and then straight out of that into this Looptrotter Saturate 2. So about 10%, just a modest kind of drive. I'll just place a little bit of the chorus here. You won't be able to hear it because I've muted the output, but you can see I've got, this 4% THD. Sometimes it gets to 8%, but that's all right. And here we've got the mix at 100% because that's just the way I like it. Like if I wanted less saturation, I wouldn't pull down the mix knob. I'll just pull down the drive knob or kind of control the level going in. Magic is at 100% and on. On the side channel, I have the drive set at about 50%, and it's also doing about 4%. It's just basically, it's got the same kind of amount of saturation, but because the side channel, there's less information going in, so that's why I need to drive it more. And once again, mix at 100%, magic at 100% as well. So I just wanted to talk quickly about these two shelving filters, because this is one of the main reasons why I love this saturation tool so much, especially on Mixbus. We've got the high smooth thing, which is a high shelf that I've engaged, and I've set the shelf target frequency to the lowest, which is 5,000 hertz. So what it does is it's a 12 dB high shelf boost prior to the saturation. Okay, so it's driving from 5K up a shelf 12 dB into the saturation, and then after the saturation, what it does is it has the opposite. Like, you have the same shelf, but the gain is inverted, so it cuts with a 12 dB high shelf. So what you end up getting is deeper saturation in the high frequencies, but you don't have the obvious EQ shift, because like a 12 dB shelf on a mix bus is insane, and it's not just a simple 12 dB shelf on the mix bus. It's a 12 dB high shelf into the saturation, and then a 12 dB high shelf cutting the 12 dBs after the saturation. So you just basically get more saturation. And then we've got the low safe here, which is, I don't know how much it attenuates, but it's a low shelf. It's cutting a particular, like, let's just say it's 12 dB as well. It's cutting 12 dB. Well, I don't know if it's 12 dB. I'm just going to assume it's 12 dB. So it's a minus 12 dB low shelf cut, and I've set it at the highest it will go as well, which is 500 hertz. So this is again, it's pre-saturation, and then it will boost. It will invert the gain, so it will boost by the opposite amount after the saturation. So you get like a de-emphasis in the low frequencies and an extra emphasis in the high frequencies for the saturation. So it's all about kind of shaping the signal going into the saturation and then kind of compensating it after the saturation, which I think is brilliant. And it kind of, like, to me, it just beats any multi-band saturation out there. So that's what I love about it. I have these set to both the high and the low channels. Oftentimes, if anyone knows anything about, you know, mixed-bus processing, saturating the low end is actually going to weaken it. It's going to lose a lot of its impact. And so you want to make sure that you have as little saturation on the low end on the overall mix bus or the overall master bus as possible. That way you have the, you know, the cleanest low end brings the kind of the heaviest low end. So moving on past the top row here, we've got automatic gain compensation for both the drive and the Magic. Oh, I forgot to talk about the Magic. So the Magic, what it does is it just kind of adds some upper harmonics. I'm sorry for the shaky camera, like I'm just holding my GoPro. It just adds some upper harmonics, and it's nominal. Like, I just find that if I have it on, it will just be a bit more brighter. I normally have it either at 0, 50 or 100%. And in most cases on the mix bus, I'll have it on 100%. So there's automatic gain compensation on for the drive and the Magic, which I think is brilliant. I have that both set on the mid and the side channels. And what I love most about having the setup like this, both the first and the second rows, is that, like, it will kind of level out it will kind of bring together the mid and the side channels in a way where you know, the stereo image is enhanced in a really, really good way. So I'll just play this for you. You can see the input. You can see the input is kind of higher than the output for the mid channel, right? It's peaking at +3. And then for the side channel here, it's like peaking at about minus like 15, -12. But with the output, it's going to about, like, what is this, -6, and the side channel, the mid and the side channel, it kind of, how do I explain it? It levels out the levels between the mid and the side channels. So when on the output of this, like, the mid and the side channels will have a similar level coming out of it, which I really, really like. It enhances the stereo image in a very, very natural way, without needing to revert to doing some weird phasey stuff, which I don't like to do on my mix bus anyway. So yeah, so those are the three things. We got the TMT thing, which also enhances the stereo separation, kind of creates more difference between the mid and the side channel just by having that engaged and the mid-side mode activated. And, you know, obviously I talked about the pre-emphasis and the post compensation, and then the automatic gain compensation. So these three things is why I love this Mixbus Saturator so much. It's not gonna do the heavy lifting in terms of you know, peak control and saturating your mix bus, but, you know, that's okay. Like, it does a very specific thing, and it especially allows me to really, really easily enhance the stereo image without the potential for causing, you know, any serious problems. Another really good application for this is on individual tracks, and especially if you have some, like, high percussive element like overheads or ride cymbals or a Glock that has some really clicky or really harsh high frequencies, using this high smooth thing to saturate the high end a lot more is just really, really good. Mind you, I don't normally like to use this on a track by track basis. I'll prefer a tube saturation plugin rather than this solid state emulation. But as I said, for those elements, individual elements that have a harsher or clicky or nasty high end, I would use this and then like really, really smooth out the high end by using this high smooth to drive more high frequencies into the saturation. So that's why I love the Looptrotter Saturate 2. It will stay on my Mixbus forever. It is so much better than any other Mixbus saturation that I've used, including the Vertigo VSM3, soft tube tape, black box HG2. This is the king of saturating Mixbuses. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Go check out the Plugin Alliance Looptrotter Saturate 2. You won't regret it. It's the best for Mixbus saturation. Anyway, that's all from me today. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one, guys. Bye.